Radio Daze by Hex. Here we go. This puzzle's diagram entries. Diagram entries, that's a new term. This puzzle's diagram entries have been supplied by a public radio audience with predictable results. Of the 40 clue answers, 11 are affected in one way and 15 more in another way. Both ways create new words in the grid. Letters that fall in the shaded squares, and guess who hasn't shaded some squares? Happy New Year, everyone. Read left to right from top to bottom. Explain what sort of puzzle this is. There are 2 proper nouns among the clue answers and 2 more among the diagram entries. So I'm just going to go get the paper copy. Yeah, that's over here. And maybe a can or 2. I have some exciting news. I've replaced the cans this year. Oh, no, I haven't. No, those are still best before early 2024. Okay, but it was my intention to replace the cans for this stream. But did I? I did not. Okay, Radio Daze by Hex. So there are shaded squares. They're very lightly shaded, in my defence. They're very lightly shaded. Good evening to you, Liari. We're going to throw some shade now. Also, some of us must... We just need a vaguely competent preparer of crosswords. There's a lot of them, you know. Oh, it'll only be a few. No, let's shade them. Let's shade them a lovely beige or slightly peachy orange colour. There. There's a lot of them, you know. Yes, so I reckon one of them's got to be a homophone, hasn't it? With an emphasis on radio. Feels like some sound charades are going to be going on. But as to what the other gimmick could be, don't know. Is that all of them? 1, 2 in that column, 2 in that column, 1 in that column, 2 in that one, 2 in that, just the 1 in that? Yeah, 1 in that. 2 in that, 1 in the next, 1 in the next, 1 in the next, 1 in the next. Okay, I think those are all the shaded squares. No rhyme or reason to them. Allow me first to go with all the clues when I get stuck over to you. Yes. Oh, I hadn't realised that was Dan Castellaneta, but of course it is. I love Parks and Rec. Love Parks and Rec. Hint is about Southern writer. Hint is about Southern writer 115. A.A. Milne. R.L. Stein. Oh, is it about? Because hint is about could be anagram of hint is and then S. Something thin. So this is going to be one of the proper nouns. 115. Who else is 115? Hi, Ruffle. Bye, Ruffle. You will be doing this in about, I don't know, 5 months, something like that. You're about 150 away from this. Well, anyway, lovely to see you. I may or may not read you later. Ciao. I've not spotted this. Hint is about Southern. Southern is usually S, so there'll either be an S at the end. The definition is writer. That is going to be, it's going to be the name of a writer, 115. Of the 40 clue answers, 11 are affected in one way and 15 more in another. After school, declare what a pack rat is. After school, declare what a pack rat is. What is a pack rat? I mean, that's a good, genuine question. Pack rat. In Chambers says... a kind of long-tailed rat native to the western part of Northern America. Fine, it's just a rat. Also another term for the wood rat. But it's also a person who hoards things. So school is usually SH or SCH or maybe SC. Declare, a vow. Would a pack rat be a shaver? Oh, school for S. Saver. There we go. So if a pack rat is someone who hoards, they're a saver. So after school, S for school. Declare is aver. And then what a pack rat is saver. I assume I could put it in the grid. I don't know. We know that 26 things are getting altered before they go in the grid, which is more than half. That is a decent chunk. Square dance faction that is found among boys. Square dance faction that is found among boys. I want a faction to be a sect or something like that. Found among boys. So B at the start and end of a word. Square dance. Like do-si-do. Would that be right? Because that would be a side. A faction could be a side. First letter, please, for this. Now, I noticed that the answer here is 6, but there are only 4 squares to put it in the grid. Starts L, okay. Boys, lads, okay. Would that be your boys? So, two-letter faction. Square dance. Next letter, please. Not at all. Me? Dancing? Separate parts of the planet. Entirely separate rooms. Starts LA. Good evening, Jacob. Hope you're doing well. Well, that's currently looking like lads, isn't it? Square dance could be anagram of square. Not going to be in this instance, but that is found. Oh. Right, so I assume that the men have a certain part of the square dance and the women have another. I assume that's how it works, a little bit like some forms of country dancing in the UK and maybe Cayleys in Scotland. That is his IE. Put that among boys, so lads. You get ladies. Ladies, swing your partners. Okay. Now, I've only got 4 letters to put that in. 4 cells to put that in. So we don't quite know how that's going to go in yet, but we'll get there. A happy Thursday to you anyway, Jacob. Baby's gas was corrosive. Baby's gas was corrosive. It's a good surface. Was corrosive. 8 at. Baby's gas. Methane. Babies. Oh, baby could be. I was thinking toddler, tot. Child, but it could be like sugar, darling. So if I have a 4-letter term for gas, like wind or air or something like that, was corrosive. 8, like 8 at. Eroded. Gas could be G as well, and then we get a term for a baby, which is 7 letters. Darling. I think that's how it'll work. Not sure. There are 7 squares in the grid for it. 12. 1 versus hot points. 1 versus hot points. Versus usually V. 1 could be I. Hot. Warm. Hot can be H. So basically I can distill 1 versus hot into IVH. That's 3 letters. Points now. Points could be NESW, any of those letters, used multiple times because it's plural. Points of the compass. One could be A as well. So what if it's AV? Points. Like agenda items. First letter, please, Grammar Van. I'm just not even parsing this clue. It's not coming together. So 1 is A in this instance. A verse could be a poem or ode, couldn't it? Points. Next is this V. What is hot going to be for 4 letters if this is V? Grammar Van says, hello, Catus. I've already said hello to you right at the start, regardless of where you were in the world. So I'm not saying hello to you again. No. N? Oh, okay. So one could be a, which can also be an. Fine. Verses can be odes, so can an anode be a hot point? It's definitely part of a circuit, like the opposite of a cathode. And hot is in electricity. Wire it up to the hot point. Would you describe an electricity? You don't want them to get very warm, but okay. So we're saying it's a hot point because current flows through it. Okay. Hex, I'm going, but I'll take it. 12. There are 6 spots for it, so I'm just shoving you right in. Cathodes are notably freezing, yes. Every action, equal and opposite reaction. Little guys and big guys evicting GI. Okay, I've got this. That's quite twee, I think. Interesting. Interesting. I've got 13. Little guys and big guys evicting GI. I'm just going to go for it, you know. Ants, because it's giants, which are the big guys. Take out the GI, and you get ants, the little guys. And of course, we have something going on. There are 5 squares, 5 spaces in the grid. So I can't put that there. Shenanigans. Terrible. Vehicles. I told a very, very bad pun in Ruffles' chat yesterday, and I got timed out for it. How very dare you. It was entirely deserved, though. I will say that. Proud moment. Vehicles carrying Brubeck's most unresponsive audience. Is Brubeck a person? Is that Tom Brubeck or something? Can I have the first name of Brubeck? I assume it's a person. Dave, thank you. So vehicles, okay. That would be an unresponsive audience. Go for 14, as Meredith has got it. Anyone who's got it, go for it. So your vehicles are your bog standard cars. We're going to put Dave in cars. And you get cadavers. If you're doing a magic show in front of a dead audience, would you shout, Abracadabra? See, I should get timed out for that as well. Car Daves. It's an anagram of Car Daves. There we go. Locating island in hoax. Locating island in hoax. Yeah, I'm happy with 16 as well. I'm happy with 16. So I'll give that a few seconds. And then I will go for answers. It is very close to that, yeah. Go for 16. So island is I, that's a geographical thing. A hoax, it's a hoax operation, a sting operation. And put the I in that, you get sighting. If you locate something, you cite it. Well, that. Fine. Gym class includes a cool, organised walk. Gym class includes a cool, organised walk. So at the moment I'm going in my head, gym is PE, gym class, PE, and we're going to put in the middle of that a cool. So like a or I or an, of course, ice or hip or something like that. But putting that in, I'm going to get an organised walk. Hip, ice, what's another term for cool? That's got to be the bit PA. If you got P-I. What's another term for cool? Rad. There you go. There you go. That's all. I was just trying to find the right term. Couldn't get to the right term. There we are. Go for 17. A parade. Again, can't put that in the grid. 4 letters only. But rad is your term for cool. Just trying to find the right term. I was getting there. Overwhelmed. Got out of the sled. Overwhelmed. Got out of the sled. Again, me, cool, separate parts of the planet. Got out of the sled. So de-tobogganed, de-slayed, unslayed, unsledded, de-sledded, untobogganed, overwhelmed feels like the definition. And now this, Dan and overwhelmed, very much the same room, so I should be able to get this one. Got out of the sled. Is it a hidden? I've reset the hidden counter, by the way, to 0. New year, new counter, new chances to go negative. Unloosed. Deluged. Ha! There you go. I was doing the right sort of thing with toboggan and sleigh and putting a prefix for un or d in front of it. Doing the right thing. Luge is your sled. And if you got out of it, you deluged. And that one can go in. Deluged. And that is now how I'm going to say the word forevermore. Deluged. Peg joins groups with keyboards. Peg joins groups with keyboards. I'm currently thinking rod sets. Peg is a rod. Groups are sets. Rod sets. For your keyboards. Is it going to be like a type of keyboard, like a Yamaha or something like that? Or is it going to be like pianos? Oh, hands coming perilously close to a ban with that terrible, terrible joke. Keep it up. I'm going to come back to rod sets. Keyboard. What is another term for a keyboard? He says, looking at a keyboard. It may be a piano, like a musical keyboard. It might be an entry keyboard. Don't know. Stuck. Changed course in a sailfish. What on earth is a sailfish? Stuck. Changed course in a sailfish. Love a sailfish, says MP. Sailfish. I'm absolutely looking that up in Chambers and seeing if it's in there. Sailfish, a large game fish of the genus Istiophorus, related to the swordfish with a large sail-like dorsal fin. Also another name for the basking shark. I will look at a picture. Are they cute? Do they look like it? Okay, that is not what I was... If there was ever a fish that looked like it belonged in the 1980s with its hairstyle, it would be this. It would be... I mean, that's a quiff. It's a 1980s fish. So like a swordfish, but with one hell of a sail. Okay, fine. Mohawk fish. Yeah. That's not another... Okay, the basking shark must be an entirely separate thing in Chambers, because that's not a basking shark at all. Not spotting this at all for 25. They were estimated to reach 35 metres per second. That's over 100 kilometres an hour. That's ridiculous. But research published in 2015 and 2016 indicated that they're lazy. That's what I think. Yes, they would, Jacob. Gonna have to come back to this one, I think. One leaving note in garden area. One leaving note in garden area. I'm very suspicious because we haven't had any hiddens yet, and I know I'll miss it when it comes up. You hide behind this rock. And I'll go ta-da, like a magician. Yeah, we're really quick. One leaving note in garden area. So that could be one leaving note, or it could be one, the letter I, leaving a note, or it could be one leaving and then you get a note. There's lots of ways to just break those first three words down. A garden area. Patio, terrace. I feel like there'll be an ER somewhere in it, because one leaving could be a leaver or a goer. A note could be do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. There's loads of things that note could be. Good evening, Neil Moo. I am very stuck, so we're going to move on to this one. This next one. Made smooth moves and edged inside. Made smooth moves and edged inside. This feels to me like a double definition. Like smooth moves and edged inside, like inched or something. Edged inside. I will. Okay, so you want me to take my time with this puzzle? I think for you, and just for you on your own, Liari, I'll take this very slowly and pretend to be stuck on all the clues. Just for you. First letter, please, Meredith, for this one. Made smooth moves and like ironed? What does Meredith say the first letter is? Meredith says the first letter is the letter S. Sidled? Like made smooth could be like a thing to pass on its own, but made smooth moves. Next letter, please. Oh. Well, now do I count that or not? It's my favourite. I don't think I can count that. I think I have to -1 that. Oh dear, it's hidden in, moves and edged. Made smooth is your definition, sanded, and it's hidden in, moves and edged. Don't you just love a hidden? Wob wob. -1. Oh no, that's not worked. Oh no, the counter's broken. That's a shame. I can't go negative. Oh, there you go. Bing. 28. And the right number of letters for it, so I will put it in. 31. Driving past a chime. Driving past a chime. So a chime would be a ding. So goading. If you pass something, you go past it. So go. A is a chime is a ding. Goading. If you drive something on, you goad it. Now that ain't happening. There's only 5 spaces in the grid. Bum agrees with kind of monkey. Bum agrees with kind of monkey. So, name your types of monkey. Rhesus. Because it could be out loud, like Reese's or something. Bonobo. No, it's not a type of monkey. It's related to it, though. Spider monkey. Whew. I think this was quite easy, and I just can't think of the type of monkey. But why is there a question mark? Why is there a question mark? Don't know. In emergency rooms, spot hams. In emergency rooms, spot hams. So emergency rooms would be ERs. So we need to put some hams in ERs. No, sorry, we need to put spot in ERs. Oh, a moat. Because then they would be thespian hams. Those would be your emoters. So moat is a spot. Put that in ERs and you get hams, as in overactors. 33. That could go there, you know. Dadgum has got 32. First letter, please, for 32. First letter, please, for that. I'm thinking I should probably do some conditional formatting in a minute. Loves me some Excel irritation, just for counting these clues, so we can keep track of the 11 that are affected in one way and the 15 that are affected in another. Bum agrees. Okay, anagram of agrees. Okay, there you go. Grease. A grease monkey. So it's an anagram of agrees because it's bum. Bum agrees is grease. And that's your type of monkey. It's got a question mark because it's not a legitimate type of monkey. Not a monkey. Head of Apollo trimmed on both sides. Head of Apollo trimmed on both sides. Well, I think I know what it is, but I don't get the definition. If it is what I think it is, I'm going to have to look it up. It is. Okay, I did not know that. I need to hear that in a sentence, a context. Go for 34. Head of Apollo trimmed on both sides. So you're going to take the word Apollo and trim it on both sides. And you get pol. And that means head. But I don't quite know why. A pol is literally a head count. Okay. But it is in Chambers as the head. Also, the hair of the head. Which I think I did vaguely know about someone's poll, but that's less less well used. The head and shoulders of a ling, a type of cod, brackets obsolete. It means poll, it means quite a few things. Crowded rooms empty. A poll is the top of a tree, like pollarding. Ah, that's nice. Crowded rooms empty. Huh. Yeah, but Google claims a lot of things, doesn't it? Crowded rooms empty. First letter for this, please. So I'm assuming it's dense. But why would it be dense? Because crowded is dense. Room. Dens. A room is a den. Dens, because of the apostrophe S, and E for empty. Like F for full, E for empty. Dense. Crowded rooms empty. That was a very dense clue. Felipe or Moises. Just passing in normal voices. Felipe or Moises just passing in normal voices. In normal voices. Who are these people then? Are they baseball things? Like there's a Felipe Massa or something who is a person in some form of sporting context. But I've seen the word baseball, which means I don't stand a chance. So who are these people? Baseball brothers. I'm going to need their surname, aren't they? They have the same four-letter last name. And then I bet if you put an S at the end of it... Oh, no, it's or. So just passing would be like a D, maybe, for the D grade, because it's sort of the lowest grade before you start to fail. Maybe E. This was in 2004 Mental Playground, so it's not going to be him. What's the surname, please, of these? They're both a loo, but there you go. And then add the barely passing grade of D, and you get in normal voices aloud. Well, that's got to be ALLOWED. There's your homophone. Surely. So I'm going to put that as type A. Let's freeze those first few lines and equals, is it count? That count if the range is going to be, this is going to be your range, and then the criteria, is that just A? Because I've put in the letter A. Okay, that's good. So we've got one of those. And I'll put B's in this other column. So we've got none of those. It could be. Yeah, that AOW does not look good, does it? If I just put a B in here. Hooray, that conditioning worked. Don't like it, don't like it. That AOW does not look lovely, so let's... Surely, given the title is Radio Daze, things are going to be out loud. Feels like something is going to be like that. Anyway, let's go to the downs. Aggressive feature of features of conservative legislation. It's not a hidden. If it is a hidden, I'm not spotting it. Oh, I could. Which means I'm not going to. First letter, please, for this one. Aggressive. Feral. Conservative, I want to be C. There's your C. Legislation acts. Deeds. Legislation laws. C laws. Clause. Got to be. Just sounds like clause. And there's your allowed, which I think just means that Pol is probably going to get Pol or Greece. Something else is going to happen to one of those. Right, okay. Wrong family to be apprehended at last. Wrong family to be apprehended at last. Yeah. I'll just let that percolate for a bit. I did a hint. Wrong family to be apprehended at last. Go for it, Stephen. I'm going to let that percolate for a little bit. I'm going to let that sin kin. Yes. A sin is a wrong. Kin is family. And if you finally apprehend something, it finally sinks in. So sink in. I mean, I'm putting it in. It doesn't look good. I mean, that does not look lovely. Lure field boss of the mafia. A field. This is very similar to the last clue in that the 4-2 was actually a 3-3, and the same happens here. Lead on. Lee for a field, boss of the mafia. Zadon, lead on to lure. Don't know what's going on there though. Cover of stormy weather. If I put that in there, no, it doesn't trigger good. So I can put a question mark there. Cover stormy weather. Anagram of weather, and it's going to be a cover. Don't think weather had any anagrams, but this is where. Stormy weather could be, cyclone. What other terms for a cover are there? A tarp. First letter, please. Cyclone, hurricane. Wet here. War heat. War thee. Next letter, please. Cover. Could be to cover, of course, as well. WR. Oh, a wreath? Oh, okay. To wreathe must be a thing. So a wreath is obviously a circlet of flowers, but a wreath, is to twist together, to form by twisting. Also, to cause the face to crease or pucker in smiles. That's quite a nice term. But yeah, to cover, I guess. It just about works. I'll put that in for now. Song, both seen and read mistakenly. Anagram of seen and read. Yeah, that's right. It's an anagram of seen and read. And it means song. Go for 5. Oh yeah, I'd forgotten that. I'd forgotten the one across wasn't a word, as in it had 2 initials in. I'd forgotten about that. I can think of a writer starting CS, but I'll hold off on it until the second pass. It's serenade, anagram of seen and read. So serenade. Again, something going on there. Inflamed passion the wrong way. Inflamed passion the wrong way. I think that must be sore because it's eros, and I think eros can mean passion. It's obviously a god. It's also an asteroid discovered in 1898, notable for its near approach to the Earth. Well, there you go. But can it just mean passion? Yes, it can mean sexual love or desire, so it can mean passion. That's going up. So eros backwards is sore. Obviously a god to you as well, Archdeps. Yeah. Benefit of a truck licence in Delaware. Benefit of a truck licence in Delaware. I have a feeling, and whilst I remember what clue is this before I get any hints. Look, I remembered! What clue is this? Well, if this is a can of 7-Up, this clue, 7 down. First one of the year, and he's remembered. Normal service will be resumed for the next crossword. I have a feeling I might need a term for a truck licence, but I'm going to run away from 7 down. Name for a man's backside when given a shave. Name for a man's backside when given a shave. Okay, so name for a man, and then backside when given a shave. Is it Otto? Because it's bottom without the first and last letters, and that would be Otto. The E, I don't know what the E's there. The saver may have to. Yes, because that's going to sound like savor, SAVOR. And then we get Otto, which is bottom without the first and last letters. So let's put Otto in, and savor sounds like savor, SAVOR. Grabbed nap hugged by mate. Grabbed nap hugged by mate. Only 6 letters in the grid for it, though. If grabbed is the definition, I'd want the word to end ED. So mate would have to end with D. Right, I'll bite. What's the first letter on this one? Yeah, let's go for this one. Which should be R. I'll then ask for the second letter. W. Oh! Wrestled. Because nap in mate is wed. It is wrestled. Oh, what's going on there? Because it could be like wrestle. Something's going on there. I'm going to leave that. But it is... No, wrestled. Wrestled is 8 letters. Hang on. Rested. Of course it's not wrestled. Because if you wrestled something out of someone's hand, you do also grab it, but can't type. Rested. And then that does make sense. Now, 2 things could be going on there. Could just be get rid of the first letter. Could also be sounds like. We'll find out soon. But that's rest in wed. Nap in mate. Fortune held by rich ancestors. I'm going straight into this one and bringing the counter back up to 0. Thank you. There it goes. Chance is held by rich ancestors. Your fate, your fortune. Where is 14? It's going to sound like chance. Made of froth. It did, Stephen. I wanted to start the year on not minus whatever it was. Made of froth of potato coating me. Oh, this is a word I don't like. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a word that I think is. I think of this word in terms of the sea, and sometimes the sea foam that you get near rough, choppy waters. Go for 15. So a potato is a spud. We're going to put me in spud, and you get spumed. So spume is that sea foam. I just don't. It's just an icky sounding word to me. 15. So put me in spud for spumed. And you do need Mental Playground to have seen the first 14 to understand the 15th. You have to go in strict order. Piece of cake involved in extra bad habit. Piece of cake involved in extra bad habit. 18. Well, it ends in on. Different number of letters here. There's 9 letters in the actual answer. Piece of cake, slice or easy, involved in extra. Is there a letter for extra in like baseball? Is there like an E or something? Bad habit or extra bad could be anagram of extra with a piece of cake involved in it. But come back to this one, I think. Tortilla cooked by the seashore. Tortilla cooked by the seashore. Anagram of tortilla, surely? Because it's tortilla cooked and then by the seashore? Ends in IAL. Oh, it's this word. Yeah, this is quite an uncommon word, but it does mean by the seashore. Go for 20. It's one of those words where if you're expanding your vocab, and it definitely sounds like a different word, which is probably going to be what's going to go into the grid. 20 down. Literal. It sounds like literal, but littoral literally means by the seashore. By the sea, like coastal, by the seaside. Do I have a favourite word? Oh, I do. Snoggletog is definitely up there. Snoggletog is the period in between Christmas and New Year. in How to Train Your Dragon. I love a good Snoggletog. But what's my favourite word? You'll have to come back to me on that one. I will need serious thought. Theatrical name for all male schooling. I'm going to throw that back out. What are some of your favourite words, chat? Please do let me know if you've got... Oh, I like this word. Like, I do not like the word spumed. That's one of my least favourite words. But if you've got some good words, let me know. Like, there are quite a few words to choose from as well. Anti-penultimate's quite nice. Manic Volcanic loves a good manhandle. Theatrical name for an all-male schooling. Defenestrate's also excellent. ED. Theatrical name for all-male schooling. Like non-co-ed or something. Going to come back to 21. Floxy Proxy Nihilipification. Nice. Favourite word is bargain. It means a great... hands! 22. Oof. Need a rub down after that one. Mystical messages conveyed by distant radio. Yeah, I've got 22. Go for 22. Where does it go? 22. Yeah, I think that fits in there. 22. Mystical messages conveyed by distant radio. He spotted a hidden. He spotted a hidden. It's hidden in distant radio. It's Tantra. Mystical messages. Bing! Gold grain covers large ear on the outside. Gold grain covers large ear on the outside. 23. Rat thinks like spurious, but not moisten. Ear on the outside, I want to be ER. This could be a sounds like clue. Oh, okay. What if it's OR or AU for gold? A grain like corn, and it's going to cover L for large, and then ear on the outside. AU corn or corn or with an L in it. Rice is another grain. Wheat is another grain, but probably too long. I'm going to come back to 23. I may also need more. Okay, I'm getting ... dots. Oracle. Gold is your definition then, is it? No? No, gold is AU, grain is rice. Put that around L for large, and you get oracle. Ear on the outside, is that what it means? A structure resembling an ear or earlobe. That is an oracle in biology. Well, there you go. Had not a clue. And so that sounds like oracle. Okay, that sounds like Greece. Okay, so that's fine. It's oracle and Greece. Those will change. Cryptic decree brings fall back. Cryptic decree brings fall back. I'm still not convinced by this poll, by the way. As in, a poll is... that could be an A for Paul, P-A-L-L, or Pole, P-A-L-P-O-L-E. That sounds like pole like that, doesn't it? Pole and pole sound the same. I'm going to claim it's that because... I know, adding ELD is possible, but I want it to be an anagram of EED, of decree, so you get the EED, and you get recede, to fall back. But what we're then going to do is make it sound like reseed, to reseed a field, because the first lot were eaten by the birds or something like that. So there we go. There was a lot of steps there, but I got it. Ding! How many of these have we had so far? 10 of these. I'm assuming this will be the 15 way, because it's the easier way of, you know, homophones are done quite a lot, so I'd imagine there'd be 15 of these. There may only be 11, you never know. Horrific writer swallows crazy hair tonic. Horrific writer swallows crazy hair tonic. Only 4 letters, so there is a shenanigan. Okay. A writer, I want to be something like a pen or something like that. And then we're going to put an anagram of hair in it. Oh, what's tonic doing? You're all getting it. I think I'm going to leave that one for the second pass. Reconstructed a Degas with saws. Reconstructed a Degas with saws. Anagram of a Degas, but with saws? With is just your cryptic grammar. Okay, go for 29, where I also could have looked at the grid. Anagram of a Degas. Excuse me, a Degas. Degas. Said like Sega. With saws, adages. No, so saw means a proverb or a maxim or an adage. Huh. Well, something's going on there. Dense. There's probably something weird happening to dense as well. Fermented stuff that hurts grassland. Fermented stuff that hurts grassland. That could well be right, that EOW. Could be meow, couldn't it? That hurts is ow. So it's meadow. Fermented stuff is mead. That hurts is ow. Grassland is meadow. Okay. So are we taking AD out of these things? Because you get meow. That's definitely the second one. So if you take out the AD of this, you get ages. Okay. So dense, something is going on there, but I'm not quite sure what. So I'm going to put in a question mark here and here. Anything dense, of course. That, yeah. Okay, right, let's do the second pass now, and we know what's happening now. Ladies becomes lies. Hint is about Southern writer, so, oh goodness, okay, so C.S. Lewis. Hint is a clue, but spelt the weird way, C-L-E-W. We think of it as clue, C-L-U-E, but it's the old-fashioned clue way. Is, put that all about Southern, you get C.S. Lewis. Yeah, I would play Cluedo. I would. Saver probably because there, so take the AD out of that. I don't know why we're taking AD out of things at the moment. I was going to play ads on the radio or something like that. Baby's gas was corrosive. Was corrosive is probably 8. So gas. Term for a gas. A gas is also to talk, of course, as well. To chat. Baby. First letter, please. N. Oh, neon. Oh, that's good. So neon is a gas, of course, and a neonate is a baby, a newborn, literally neonate. Well done. Well done, everyone. Anodes is fine. Ants. Why have we got an R here? Because it can't be rants. got to be ants, but how do you make it sound like something that begins with R? Hang on. So, yes, let's check that I have... No, that's fine. That's fine. That 13 does start there. Because then it sounds like ants and you get saw as well. Terrible. Terrible. There we go. That solves that. That puts us up to 13 of those. Cadavers. Take the AD out of that. You get cavers. Sighting. It sounds like sighting. Isn't that exciting? Yes, it is. That is number 14 of the homophones. Parade. Take the AD. You get pair. Pair that one down. It's a lot quicker when you know what the gimmick is. Deluged. It's fine. Okay. Peg joins groups with keyboards. I want peg to be a dowel or a rod or a stick. Joins. Nets. Groups with keyboards. The Bear Pig! Thank you very much for the sub. Finally get to catch a stream again. Welcome. Welcome to 2025. I hope it is a new year for you. Let's hope it's good and happy for everyone. But let's hope for a new year, new experiences, new fun things to do, new puzzles, new sights, new sounds, new smells, new tastes, new places to go. And hopefully lots of happiness with it. Peg joins group with keyboards. Could be a T, couldn't it? Like a golf tee. Joins could be nets. Mental playground. Get your Bezos bucks in. Thank you. Thank you. First letter, please. 21. Is any? Because I think a few of you might have got it for 21. If not, I'll move on to the sailfish. S. Groups with keyboards. Second letter, please. Peg. If you peg, you suss something out. Like, we pegged it. Spin it. Manic! Thank you for you subscribing with your Bezos bucks as well. Ta-da! A spin it's a thing? Spine it or something? Hype train, hype train, hype train. Invisible Lego! Thank you for the subscription as well. All of you using your Bezos bucks, even better. Spin it. So a spin it is a small harpsichord with the strings set obliquely to the keyboard, popular in the 18th century. So a peg is a pin in set. Oh, so the pin is literally joining, going in the middle of groups or sets, and your keyboards are spin its. There we go. Thank you, Meredith, as well. Choo-choo to you too. That could just be put in, can't it, Spinits? We can just bung that right in. Stuck. Changed course in a sailfish. We're not going to get any more letters here either. We might be able to work out this letter later, but you do, Meredith, and they are greatly appreciated. And Neil! 101 bits. I love the pride flag. Thank you. Can't sub, but I'll join the train. Neil, thank you. Stuck, changed course in a sailfish. Veered, tacked, stuck, mired. I am a bit stuck here. Oh, I'm putting it. Sorry, I thought it was here. That doesn't help. Okay, 6 letters. Oh, so it's probably got an AD in it. So we're going to take AD out of it, and it's then going to become a 4-letter word when we do that. Something like that. Changed course. Anyone got 25? I will come back to that then. Thank you very much, everyone. That was lovely. Hey, Hussein. Hope you are well. One leaving note in... Oh, is this like a basse-terre or something like that? Is that... I think that's... Basse-terre, I think, is a word. B-A-S-T-E-I. Is that right? No, but there is... The main island of Guadeloupe in the Caribbean is Basse Terre. That is what I'm thinking of. So, It's a rude word. Oh, should I not be doing 26 then? Let's get it over and done with quickly then in that case. One leaving. Note. That's going to be TE then, is it? Zamo, thank you for the sub as well. You're all showing me lots of love. What do you want? It's all very suspicious. Thank you very much, Zamo. Okay. TE is probably your note. First letter, please. Deserter for a one leaving. P. I wanted to be something tear. TERRE. A garden area. No, I think of like terroir or something like that. Re is your note. Oh goodness, so it's not T. So if there's my note, one leaving would therefore. Oh, flipping heck. So if it's. So it can't be. It's not going to be a panther, is it? It's a parter. Someone who leaves must be a parter. That's horrible. And then note is and a parterre must be part of a garden. Parterre. A level space in a garden occupied by an ornamental arrangement of flower beds. And then the Oxford Dictionary of English gives this example of a sentence using the word parterre. He was planting bulbs in the parterre for a spring display. Filthy beast. Okay, there we are. There we are. Also part of a theatre. That was not in the Oxford Dictionary of English, but I'm not saying you're wrong. Sanded, that's just going... No, that's all there. Goading, minus the AD is going. So that's that. Oh, yes, so there's horrible stuff happening in the fires. I mean, there's horrible stuff happening in a lot of places. But yes, horrible fires. That's a shame about Net Cardan. Eccles, please can you bung a link in my Discord? If you're not part of my Discord, I'll send a link now. Don't worry if you're not part of my Discord, or if you don't want to, don't worry, absolutely fine. Please do put a note in my Discord, because yeah, that's horrible. I've never been on a waterbed, Hussein. I don't think I've ever been on a waterbed, and I'd be far too tempted to, one evening, nip down to the kitchen, get one of the knives. Oh, I didn't wet myself. It was the bed. Far too tempting. Grease sounds like grease. In motors, pole, which sounds like pole, dense and allowed. Okay. Oh, manic. Oh, look after yourself. Yeah. Clause. That sounds like clause. Sink in. Done that. So lead on. Take out the AD and you get Leon. So we can do that. Read, that's fine. Serenade, take out the AD and you get serene. That's nice. How many of that? We've done 8 of those now. Saw, sounds like saw. Benefit of a truck license in Delaware. Woo! Truck is van. So it's advantage, but we're taking out the ad, aren't we? So why is it advantage? So Delaware must be... So A is A. A van tag is a truck license, van tag, and all of that is in DE. So A, DE with van tag on the inside, which sounds like a German day of the week, doesn't it, van tag? And that's number 9. So we've got one more ad to go. Otto is in rested, sounds like rested chance. Spumed. 18. Piece of cake involved in extra bad habit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're probably going to be taking AD out of this one as well. Could be a sounds like. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Piece of cake. Easy. Involved in extra. Extra could be additional. Oh. Yes. I think it must be addiction. Now, because that's your bad habit, your addiction. But why? So it's an add-on. That's your extra, is your add-on. Piece of cake is just C. But where does I come in? So extra is addition. So it's not add-on, it's addition. Addition with the letter C in. There you go. That's quite good, actually. Take out the AD, you're left with diction. If you can't stop reading the dictionary, is that an addictionary? Littoral, theatre name for all male schooling. Sorry, theatrical name for all male. I want it to be something like staged, because all male would be stags, wouldn't it? So stag ed. Okay, so schooling would be education, which is ED. So stag ed is your all male schooling. Theatrical name staged. If your dictionary remains open for more than 4 hours, consult a doctor, which is which you can find between the letters C and E, of course. Oh, right, so name for all male, yep, fine, and then theatrical would just be staged. That feels fine. Tact, there you go, that's going to be T-A-C-K-E-D, isn't it? That's going to be your final one of those. One of the homophones. Tantra, that's fine. Oracle, recede. Okay, probably. Yeah. This is going to be your last AD removal. Horrific writer. Swallows crazy hair tonic. So your hair tonic is pomade. So mad is crazy. Oh, literally. So I was thinking just like a pen that had broken or something. No, someone who writes horror. Horror. Edgar Allan Poe. Who the hell is Edgar? Poe. So good. Okay, and that reference will not have made sense to most Americans. Couple to go then. So it's going to be tact, T-A-C-K-E-D, to sound like tact, T-A-C-T. Stuck, changed course in a sailfish. Well, I think that will get, that little reveal will happen in a minute, I think. Yeah, yes, keep saying, yeah, it's definitely part of the theme. Sailfish is a small boat, is it? Okay. So therefore, if you change course, that is tacking. So it's a double definition. Stuck. He stuck it down. He tacked it down. You know, like roofing. Changed course in a sailfish. A sailfish is also a type of boat, as well as that tremendously coiffured fish. There we go. Let's make that capital. Now, so of the 40 clues, of 40 clue answers, 11 are affected in one way, that's removing AD, and 15 more in another way, that's the homophone. Letters that fall in shaded squares, read left to right from top to bottom, explain what sort of puzzle this is. So it's listener supported. Okay. So this is a listener supported crossword, which means there's no ads, which means that it was the funding was provided by the listener, so there are no ads in it. So if there's no adverts in it, you take out all the ads, AD. And it's on the radio, hence the sound alikes for the others. And that is Radio Daze by Hex. They are ad-free. That's a lovely start to the year for 2025. Thank you very much. Hex. Missing the A intact. It is not intact now. It is intact. There we go. Now. Perfect.